Hey everyone, it's Nando. I hope you're having a fine day or night. I am about to go to bed. It's about 10 till 11 at night. But my mind has been thinking, and I thought that I should put out another video. And what better subject to talk about right before going to bed than the paranormal and creepy and spooky stuff. So this is my story about the creepiest or the spookiest thing that's ever happened to me. Now, I'm not one of those people that has a sixth sense for the paranormal or the unexplained. Like, I don't hear voices, or I don't see shadow people, or I don't have encounters with ghosts or demons or anything like that. I do know some people who are pretty sensitive to those things. I feel like I'm really lucky for not being able to have that extra, sense, because that would spook the stank out of me. But here's my story. This happened a little after I graduated college, many years ago. I was watching TV in the living room, and my entire family, my mom, dad, brother, sister, nieces and nephews, were in the other rooms, their respective rooms, sleeping. And I was just watching, well, it was probably 5 or 6 in the morning, and I was watching an infomercial, and I started to kind of drift off, and I heard everything that was going on, including the TV. The volume was very, very low. But all of a sudden, it felt like the entire world's volume went up to 20, and I could hear everything very, very loud, including bugs outside, including frogs leaping onto the door, and just, that slapping sound that frogs make when they jump onto something. And I thought, this is very strange. I was not asleep, but I was not completely fully awake. My hearing became very superhuman. And I thought that was the strangest, the creepiest thing. And I could hear in between the walls, I could hear like cracking, like the wood, just slowly, And that really creeped me out. So for some reason, it took me a bit to wake up, even though I was already up. And I looked around, and I thought it was just, that was pretty darn creepy. But, I want to see if I can do it again. So I laid down again, and with my face down to where the back of the couch was, and about a minute later, again, the entire world's volume level turned up to 20, and I could hear everything, including the glass just creaking just a little bit, like the glass of the windows. I could hear the frogs, I could hear bugs, I could hear everything just so much louder. It was intense. It was very, very loud. And then I heard someone whisper my name. I was like, what's going on? Okay, who's up? Who's awake? But it was a voice. It was a voice that I didn't recognize. It wasn't my sister's. It wasn't my mom's. It was a woman's. Was it a woman's? It was feminine. And she was calling my name softly. She was the only thing that was soft. Everything else was really loud, and for some reason I picked up on this voice, this creepy voice that kept calling me. The voice got louder, and it got a little more closer. But just because something's loud doesn't mean it's close. But you can kind of sense that it was closer, but it was louder. And that creeped me out. And I felt something happen to my body. I don't know what. It felt very loose. It felt very I don't know, it felt like I was in two places at once, but I was still in the same place, but in two places at once. And I tried to get up, and I couldn't. And the voice kept getting louder and closer. And I was just scared. My eyes were to the back of the couch, so I couldn't see anything, even if I tried to open them. And I was there still for maybe a good minute. I was able to come out of whatever trance that was, and everything just turned down again. And the same infomercial was on the TV, the same volume. I didn't hear anybody around me, and that creeped the heck out of me. And honestly, that's been the creepiest thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm glad that I hear other people's stories about the creepiest things that they've encountered. Demons and ghosts and things touching them. Like, just, I don't know, a sense of them being grabbed or being anything. I haven't had any of those experiences, and I'm glad that I haven't had any of those experiences. I remember going to a city here in Central Florida called Casadega, and basically it's where a lot of paranormal things happen. And I remember going there with someone, and that person that I was with was sensitive to the, I guess, I don't know, other worldly things. So my experience going there, it was just like any other city. We drove by it. We drove by downtown, went around, did a circle around a neighborhood. Nothing creepy about it. It just looked like a little town. But the person that I was with, they sensed a very powerful energy just bursting from the city. And as we were driving out of the city, he could still feel it. And as we got onto the interstate, then it dissipated. And he said he didn't like that feeling. I don't know. When it comes to things like that, unexplainable stuff, I honestly try to be the most respectful, because I don't know everything in the world. So I honestly just respect everyone's opinions. Just because something is unexplainable doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that's my story. And it wasn't as creepy as other people's stories, such as my sister's. Let me tell you one of her creepy stories. She has plenty of creepy stories. This was many years ago, probably 20 or so years ago. No, more than 20. Yeah, more than 20 years ago. We were living in an apartment complex. Her, my dad, mom, my brother, and I. And she fell asleep on a couch. And when she woke up, she opened her eyes. And there was a woman, a long-faced, bodied woman that was all black, all dark. It was just a shadow. And it was looking down at her. And she could see her clear, just clear, like you're seeing me, but all shadow. My eyes are always playing tricks when it comes to my peripheral vision. So I have a good peripheral vision, but sometimes it does play a trick on my eyes or on my mind. But I honestly cannot say that I've seen shadow people. Maybe I have witnessed maybe something kind of go on here, but it's one of those things where whenever you turn to look at whatever it is, it's gone. I do know that there are unexplained things out there, but honestly, they have not made themselves present to me. But I still believe. I don't know how to explain that. Whenever I feel like, let's say I'm alone at a house, I feel like something is watching me, but something good. So I honestly don't get scared. Although being alone sucks, but I don't feel scared. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for everything. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's mynando. You can follow me on Snapchat, it's also mynando. Or if you want to follow me on Instagram. It's my.nando. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I am alone at my house with only my cat, but I'm ready to go to bed. And not feeling scared or terrified or anything. Have a wonderful night, guys. Bye.